Hey guys, welcome to KSSP podcast with Spencer
Katie.
and it is Friday. So, um just a little bit about what we want to do on Fridays is kind of what our thought process is right now for Friday plans is to be like a fun day Friday where we just try different things, different potential hobbies and kind of see what happens. So that can be anything like drawing, art, music. Today we're gonna try creating a story is what we're doing today. Um, so if you guys have anything that you ever want us to try that you think would be interesting to see us try to do, just let us know in the comments. But otherwise, today we're gonna just try creating a story. So with that, I have these cards behind us that I got a while ago. I don't remember when I got them, but we're just going to kind of use them as a template, I guess you could say, to help us come up with the story if we need it. Otherwise, we might just kind of write and we're just going to let the story become whatever it's going to become. So I'll tell you what all the cards say because I know it's kind of hard to read the cards, but it's just what we got to work with. So I'm just going to go over briefly what the cards are. So we got our ordinary world, and then we got our call to action, anxiety of the call, mentor's aid, through the threshold, new world, trials, fulfillment, nightfall, central trial, and then we have outcome, and then relapse, resurrection, and then down here we have conclusion. So I'll just be moving. I'm gonna try to move the camera as we write, but obviously if the story doesn't go in order, then I might write over there, but not move it. But we will voice all the aspects of the story as we go. That way
Yeah.
you don't miss it. And then I'll try to maybe at the end I can try to show like a whole view of the whiteboard if I can get that. Just so you guys can see the whole story. And we can also write it somewhere if you guys really want us to as well, like in the description or somehow, so that you guys can read it if you want. But not that it's going to be in like a 500-page story here. We're not doing that, but at least I don't think we are. But so we used a prompt generator just to give us a little prompt. I don't know if you can see that here. I'll read it. When she opened the door, she wished. And then we're just gonna go off of there. So I don't know, Kate. Like I said, just let me, Katie, if you have anything to start us off.
So I think I have a call to action and anxiety of the call here.
Okay.
I think this girl has just moved into a new house with her family, and then she is slowly realizing that it might be haunted.
So just moved into a new house and it may be haunted. So just trying to think. How old do you think our person, like, to me, she, I guess it is a she, seems not like young, like, I don't know, maybe like it sound to me,
Over
she,
13, maybe?
I was thinking more, I th 13 you said?
Yeah,
We could do 13.
I think 13.
I was definitely thinking like
Like a teenager?
teenager, like because they moved into a new house with like their family.
Yeah.
That's what I envisioned when you said that. So,
I
so who
mean,
is it? We'll just say like a teen. Um, and I don't know. I'm envisioning like this being in the woods, maybe
okay,
like in a
yeah.
like I can't imagine a state per se right now, but
Like a country home
yeah. And then
in the woods. Yeah. I like,
somewhere in the woods, like maybe like the Black Hills or somewhere in like Duluth or something. Like that's what I'm
yeah.
envisioning. Like just a very wooded area, kind not
Okay.
isolated, but definitely doesn't have neighbors. If that
Like,
makes
yeah.
sense. So I'm gonna just put I don't know. We'll just put like a forest isolation. I'm just gonna put word buzz. I don't know if you call them buzzwords, but that's what we're gonna call them, buzzwords, just to kind of tell a little bit of the story.
Yeah.
Um, but so yeah, she moves into this new house. So I'm definitely seeing. I kind of whenever I'm seeing her being afraid in this new house, then, and
Yeah.
maybe the parents aren't like probably like other stories that go this way, but the parents don't believe her. That kind of is that what you
Yeah.
can see? Okay,
I can definitely see
so
that.
maybe like I don't know if any specifics. Maybe she's hearing noises or doors opening or something like that.
Yeah. Or maybe like
Or I'm just gonna
scratches
put
too.
uh I don't know if that's how I don't know. Don't look at my spelling, you guys. Seeing or hearing things. Um, Parents don't believe. So I'm not sure if you for
Yeah. Oh, I
blah
was
blah blah.
gonna.
If
I was
you
just,
have anything, just say it. So
yeah, I think for a mentor's aid, maybe she finds like what's it called? Like the people who are like do exorcisms and stuff like that, or like work with the
like
parents.
seances and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, stuff like
Um,
that.
I feel like there is a name for that that profession, but I don't know it off the top of my head. But maybe I don't know, just spiritual guide, maybe.
Yeah, I think that works.
Do you think it would it be someone that's familiar with the house, or would it be someone? How did they meet this guide? Do you think? Like, did the guide
It's-
come up to the house because they felt a calling to go to the house, or do you think the character looked up them maybe on like found them on the internet and reached out to them? How do you see it happening?
I mean, I kind of like the idea of them, like maybe they know something about the house,
Okay,
and
so that maybe they have like a history with the house.
yeah,
Okay, so then maybe this is when through the threshold is well. I'm thinking that's when we'll get to opening this door, whatever this door is. That's what I see. Is that
yeah,
being like the center?
yeah.
Um, I'm just gonna put opening the door. But what is? Do you think? Mm,
What should be behind there? That's the question.
the new? I'm almost thinking like because because you know how there's like how with spiritual beliefs, some believe in like an astral plane type thing. So maybe something like that,
Yeah.
like a spiritual astral plane is where it leads to.
Yeah, that sounds interesting. We could go with that.
Because then it could be like a door that connects the two realms, so to speak.
Yeah.
Real, I don't know. I don't think that's how you spell realm, but just ignore
Hmm.
that. um, okay.
All right. And then trials. Maybe like as she opens the door, like, well, this might be more fulfillment, but like when she opens the door, maybe something sucks her parents in and
Okay.
she has to save them.
So maybe that could be nightfall. Like, what are they like?
Oh,
Hmm. Or I could see it being, what have they lost? So, like, lost their parents.
yeah.
Because maybe
And then,
Nightfall is going to be the villain.
yeah, nightfall. Yeah, what she's about to face. Yeah,
So, I guess when I think of it, I think of an entity.
yeah,
And because I mean, it could be like a situation, but I guess do think of an entity in this, because especially if
yeah.
it took, because why did it take the parents?
Right. And then, because I mean, yeah, we could maybe in the story she doesn't figure that out until the end, but we can skip ahead to figure that out if you have an
Well,
idea.
I'm no, I'm just, I'm trying to think. I don't have an idea yet.
Okay. Yeah.
um, but I think for trials, maybe just learning to navigate this, like before, because maybe what can happen is that the character is kind of learning about this new spiritual astral realm plane, whatever you want to call it, and then she's learning how to navigate it. Maybe in this realm, our humans have some sort of gifts, abilities that she can use. So that's what she's like learning there, and then she is ready in a way at the fulfillment to tell her parents and show them, but obviously they don't believe her, but they follow her to the door. And then when she opens it, and she didn't know that this entity was there, so she's
Yeah.
unaware of this entity, and then it like grabs them when she opens the door,
Yeah.
like
So
the door to
maybe,
like show them the realm.
yeah, because maybe like figuring out, yeah, that would go under trials for sure.
I'm just going to do navigate abilities, just very abilities. I think
A
that's right.
abilities, yeah.
um but yeah, so she's been learning how to, like, whatever it is that she's learning in this realm. And she wanted to show her parents, because I mean that's something I would want to share with my parents too if that happened. And when she goes to do that, some entity, unknown entity, takes her parents from her.
Yeah.
So, but I feel she doesn't know this, and so like I feel like she doesn't even know what happened. Like her parents just, in a way, disappeared.
Yeah,
Like
that's
she
what I was.
doesn't know that something grabbed them or like somebody kidnapped them in a sense. She just is like they almost just vanished from existence in a way. So like now we
Exactly.
just need to know, how is she, like, what is she doing to try to get, because obviously I'm guessing she would use try attempt to use any of the abilities that she
Yeah.
learned to try to get them back. Um, and maybe there's like a new like shadowy realm area that she like just now see like that just feels like it just appeared out of no, but it's always been there, but she just now is seeing it.
Yeah.
So like in a way, that's where she's gonna go explore because that's like the only place that now she hasn't explored, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know. RELAM, I think, right?
Yeah.
Relam, or is it REALM?
REALM, I think.
Okay. I don't
Yeah.
know. Words don't look right to me right now, but that's okay.
I mean, we just need to understand it, so.
Yeah. Um, so then there's this new realm that she wasn't aware of.
Do
Like
you think
that didn't exist before, but
do you think she has to conquer anything in that realm? Like go through the realm and face
um
different trials, or is it just like she's on her way to face this entity through
I guess
there?
in my head I think it's more what if it like this could be more like what if it ends up being her, but like a dark like every time she used an ability, like part of her like got leached or something, and now it has all like enough of her has in a way been leached to where it's built a new her, like a dark
Yeah.
version of her who isn't necessarily kidnapping the parents, but just wants like it this dark version is sad and feel and misses the parents in a way because it can't leave the realm.
She's probably lonely.
Yeah. So the realm actually, so it is a new realm because it's a part of her that she didn't know this was happening, obviously.
Yeah.
So then it's like a fight with, I guess you could say, in a way, it's a fight with herself.
Yeah. So fights her dark self.
Yeah. We'll say like a dark version of herself.
Well, do you think that would be in the central trial, or would it still
Well,
be Nightfall?
I think, like, I guess it could be part of both.
Yeah.
Because under here, I'm seeing how does it go. So that's what I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying. That's when they actually get to the battle.
But are we gonna like? Do we? I mean, it's our story. We could do whatever. But do we see them fighting, or should we have it try to be something where they can merge? Do we want a happy ending, or do we want it to be
Hmm.
like sad or unhappy? Because really, we could go any way with it.
I mean, I think for the ending, what I'm thinking is she gets her parents back, but then at the end, it
Okay.
still shows her dark self being lonely, like
Okay.
secretly undefeated.
Okay.
Type
I
of
like
thing.
that. Let me. I'm gonna kind of lay down on the floor and write that for the conclusion.
Oh, okay.
Because I feel like that would be a good like if we turned it into a TV show, like just an episode that or movie, whatever. That would be a good like ending shot, kind of just showing her dark self alone, still in the realm. But the realm would be like it would look like it was destroyed, but then she would be like the dark version of her would still be there. And then
Yeah.
we could leave it up to interpretation on whether or not she's going to plot a revenge, or that's up to the audience to think about.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
we finished the story, so they have to come up with the next one if they think of it.
Yeah.
Um, so in the outcome, oops, gets parents back.
And then how has she changed? Is she more,
Because maybe it can be a learn, like, because obviously our character is young, so maybe with these abilities she wasn't, because maybe she should have been paying attention to what was like the parts that were being leached, like she should have noticed,
Yeah.
but she was just doing like either out of rebellion or just um out of just like when you're young and you just don't
Like you
sometimes
didn't.
think about consequences, so you just
Yeah.
do, like you're just doing things to do them in a way, if that makes sense. So she wasn't
Yeah.
really thinking about the consequences, so now this can be a way for her to grow and learn that actions do, like just thinking about your actions before doing them, if that makes sense. Like that
Yeah.
could just be one lesson, like that she changed, like now she'll
Yeah.
take that into account, if that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put think before act.
Okay.
Now that's
Yeah.
broad, but
I think that's good.
um so then I'm thinking maybe for like the relapse, because I would say like wins castle. I'm in my head. It's a castle, so castle destroyed. So maybe they think like everything is fine, but when they are leaving, like because then she got her parents back, and when they're
Mhm.
leaving the ruins of the castle, there are other dark entities that have now escaped. So now those are more consequences that she has to like face in a way to, so
Yeah.
they can make it back to the door to get out.
Yeah. I like that.
Which I guess that would also be part of the resurrection, because that would be, in a sense, the last trial.
Yeah.
Unless you had an idea for the last trial too, but otherwise, I was just thinking those, just making it to the doorway
Yeah.
while being chased by these other dark entities.
Yeah. I think that definitely works.
But obviously, the conclusion for her is she makes it and gets out, and then they close the end. So then we'll, so the end. I feel like the end shot would be just a picture of the dark self lonely, and then the movie would end, or movie we'll call it, would end. But um do you think, so now what's gonna, so what happens when they make it out though? I guess I don't know if you have any ideas or thoughts on that.
I think maybe when they, well, obviously they're, once they make it out, like, is the house destroyed then? Because you said the castle's destroyed. But is the house still intact, or did the house get
i
destroyed with the other realm?
I guess I see them as separate, so the house is still intact.
Okay, so then they maybe they have like a construction crew like tear down the room or something.
Like the door maybe,
Yeah, like
I
the
guess, and
doorway
then,
of the room that it's in.
or they could board up the room, because
They could
maybe they
board it
can't
up.
destroy it, so then they like seal it off so no one else ever like ends up discovering it. So
Yeah,
another thing though, now that I'm thinking about it, that we kind of, I mean, not that we need to, but it'd be fun to elaborate, I think. What about the mentor? Like, did she know any of this? Like, should we, or was she,
I
maybe
think
she just
maybe the
introduced her
mentor.
to the door?
Well, I think maybe the mentor could even go with her and help her.
Like with the fighting?
Yeah,
Okay. So
if
then
that
the mentor was unaware that this was happening too? That the,
like she was aware something was happening, but she didn't know what it was. But she knew there was something with the house that was wrong.
okay.
If that makes sense.
What if she wanted like power though?
Yeah,
Like if she wanted, like if she was using, I'm gonna turn this a little. Like what if she was using our character to like because for some reason, maybe she doesn't have abilities for whatever reason in the spiritual realm. But
Yeah.
then when she found out our character did, and she realized what was happening with this dark entity of the character, instead of halting it, she let it keep going because she knew, or in her head, if the dark entity won, the dark entity would owe her for letting it come into existence in a way.
Yeah.
So she wants like power. So like in a way she's like secretly evil, but I think it'd be good to have her at the end. Like maybe we could have her, like she didn't go with to save the parents, or she wasn't part of that adventure, but she comes at the end and like because she sensed something was wrong, even though she knew something was wrong. But she told everyone, she's like, "Oh, I thought I really like sensed something was wrong, so I came to check on you guys." And that's when they tell her what happened, and she's like, "Oh, I'm so concerned. I'm sorry. Like I should have seen this coming." Blah blah. Like excuses. Um,
Yeah.
and then she'll go home, and then we'll see like a separate scene of her just being like, maybe she has maybe like a whiteboard or something with, or like we see an intricate uh you know how like villains will sometimes have like those whole plans detailed out, and then
Yeah, with
like,
like the string tying everything
yeah,
together,
yeah.
and
So she
the
has
tacks.
that, and
Yeah.
then she's upset, but she knows, but she also is like, okay, now I just need to figure out a different plan to, because she still wants the power, whatever. Like I don't know, like obviously that would be a different story if she can actually even get power, but she still thinks that she can get power some other way through the realm. So now she's like, oh, I just need to come up with a different plan in a way.
Yeah.
Because then I feel like that kind of ties up her story too.
Yeah. I think it does. I don't know how you condense all that, but I'm gonna let you go ahead and try to.
Oh, oh, on the board?
Oh, were we gonna put that on the board?
Well, no, that's a lot to write.
Right. Yeah.
I vocalized it. If
I mean,
I
I think we
can,
understand it.
yeah, what we can do, we can, for like obviously the audience, you guys, we can go and like type out a little, not a book or anything, but just like a little brief synopsis, maybe,
Yeah, like a
of
very
what this
short
story
story.
was. Yes, yes. If you guys want us to, this is just for fun again. But I think for the most, like, I guess I don't know if you have any more to add to it. I think it's
I think we tied everything up.
like obviously there's not a lot of detail, but again, this is
This is
supposed to be
storybook.
just a short little, yes. Um,
Storybooks don't need too much detail, I don't think.
no, because we could, if we were to actually write this, then that's when we would add more, excuse me, detail. Um, but yeah, I think that's our story then for this Friday.
Yeah.
So let us know what you guys think. Um, or if you guys maybe would have gone in a different direction, that would actually like let us know, because I would be interested to see how you guys would have taken this too. I love hearing, because there's so many possibilities. Like that's the amazing thing, in my opinion, about trying to create little stories, is that you can take it anywhere and it'll turn into something, and it's amazing. Like I just love that. Um, but yeah, so if you guys think of how maybe it could have gone or would have gone if you were creating it, and or if you have any prompts, situations, ideas that you want us to like kind of do this with again. We won't, as of now, be doing this every, because we want to do other things as well. But I love doing this, so I would do this again. But if you guys give us story prompts too, that'll help us um, have ideas for when we do this next time. But yeah, so you guys just leave comments if you have any ideas.
Yep.
But
And yeah, you guys can leave us comments on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and TikTok. Any of those platforms, KSSP Podcast. is the username. And we would love to hear from you
Yeah.
guys. Or if you have any other hobbies or creative activities that you'd like to see us do, you can comment that as well.
Yeah. Again, Friday, fun days. So make sure you join us. We'll try to make it fun. I don't know if this was fun for you. It was fun for me, fun
Yeah,
for Katie. I hope it was fun for you guys too. But just let us know what you want to see us try, and that's the great thing about life. We can try out things, and if it works, if we like it, great. If not, then we can be like, this isn't for us, and that's fine. That's what is the best thing about life, I think, is trying new things. So just let us know what you want us to see us try, and we'll do what we can. But
yeah,
thank you guys, and we'll see you every day of the week, hopefully, but for sure next Friday. So goodbye.